Unit 5.1 The Enlightenment. The Enlightenment, also known as the Age of Reason, was an intellectual and cultural movement in the 18th century that emphasized reason over superstition and science over blind faith. Using the power of press, the Enlightenment thinkers like John Locke, Isaiah Newton, and many others questioned the accepted the knowledge of and spread new ideas about openness and investigation. Religious tolerance throughout Europe and the Americas may consider the Enlightenment a major turning point in the Western civilization, an age of light replacing an age of darkness. John Locke was an English political thinker of the 60,000 who had a different view of the government. John Locke believed that all humans were born good and they could learn from experience and improve themselves. He also believed that they could learn from experience and improve themselves. That reasonable thing is they had the natural ability to govern their own efforts and looks after the welfare of society. He also believed that self-government or democracy, his ideal government, he believed that people had the right to overthrow the government if it did not protect the natural rights. Montesquieu was a French writer that devoted himself to the study of political liberty. He believed in the separation of powers, that is, the idea of the power within the government should be divided between different branches so that a group or person had absolute power. Voltaire was a French philosopher named Francois Marie, who used a pen volunteer to publish more than 70 political essays, philosophy, and drama. This is the idea that the government should not limit what people say. He also believed in freedom of religion, the idea that the government should not interfere with the people's ability to practice whatever religion they want. Jean-Jacques was a philosopher who lived during the mid-1700s and passionately committed to individual freedom. He believed in a state of nature where man was naturally good, but corrupted by society. He also believed the government should follow the general will of the opinion of most of the people. Thomas Hobbes was a man who lived during the Enlightenment Civil War, or an English political thinker of 1600. He believed that an ideal government in society is an absolute monarchy. He also believed that all humans were born selfish and bad. Caesar was an Italian philosopher who focused his thoughts on the justice system. He believed in the abolishment of torture, where cruel and unusual torture is not allowed. He believed that the government should seek the greatest good for the greatest number of people, and that the law should exist to preserve social order and not destroy them. Mary was a woman who lived during the Enlightenment, who was a strong advocate for education of women. She believed that women should receive the same amount of education for boys as boys. Dennis created the first encyclopedia in 1751. Different things were developed during the Enlightenment, such as the scientific revolution. The period from 15,000 to 1600 that would permanently change how people view the physical world. The heliocentric theory, the belief that the sun was the center of the universe. It was revolutionary because before people believed that the earth was the center of the universe. The capitalism theory is an economic model based on proper ownership of property and desire to make profits. Other things impacted by the Enlightenment. Declaration of Independence. The idea that was included in the document from John Locke that states that when people were born, they were born with 3 natural rights: life, liberty, and property. The U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights, it includes John Locke's idea of life, liberty, and property, Voltaire's idea of freedom of speech, Caesar's idea of abolition of torture, and Baron's idea of separation of powers and checks and balances. The American Revolution. After many of the ideas during the Enlightenment spread through Europe and in America's many colonies have heard some of the ideas.